right, guys, let's take a look at today's do now. For number 1, we are finding f of negative 1 given function f of x is equal to x squared minus 1. For number 2, we are finding h of 3 if h of x is equal to 3x squared. So pause the video, try these two questions on your own, and we will compare our answers. All right, so for question number 1, I have my input of negative 1. We input that for our x, giving us an output value of 0. For number 2, we input 3 into the function. We get an output value of 27. So let's look at today's thinking. How do we evaluate functions? Before we determine how to evaluate functions, which is what we did for question 1 and 2, we are going to just break down the pieces of a given function. So the first thing here is we have f. That is the function's name. We have some sort of input value, x in this case. The entire f of x, right, read as f of x is equal to some sort of x plus 3 in this case. F of x is the output value. And then we have the last piece, which is x plus 3. This is the function's rule. This is where we input the given input, do our operations, and then get some sort of output value. We will use the input value into the function's rule. And what does that do? That just gives us our final output value. So let's take a look at our example. We have evaluate and simplify the following functions. For number 1, find f of input n. If f of original input x is equal to 2x plus 5. So here what we have been given is some sort of new input value. We have an original input value of x. So what we are going to do is we're going to take this updated input, our new input it wherever we had the original input of x. And to do that, we are going to take our function f, input the new input n wherever we saw an x. If possible, you are going to need to do some sort of operations, but in this case, I am done. For question number 2, we have find f of a new input n squared minus 1, where my original input n, f of n, is equal to negative 2n minus 4. So again, what are we going to do? We're taking our function f, inputting the new input wherever we had the original input of n. So our new input is n squared minus 1. In this case, we are going to need to do some sort of cleanup, so distribution, combining like terms. Again, combine like terms, giving us our final output value of negative 2n squared minus 2. All right, so let's take a look at number 3. For number 3, we have find f of w plus 2 if f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 4. So again, what is it that we are doing? We have been given a new input. We have an original input of x. We are going to take our function f, input w plus 2, which just means replace every single original input, which was x, with that w plus 2. And here we have to do first our exponent. So I'm going to show all my work for this one. This is telling us to take w plus 2, write it twice. Still focusing on that w plus 2 piece. We need to do distribution on that. Using the 2, distributing it to everything inside. And then one last combined like terms process giving us, I'll write it over here, our final answer, 2w squared plus 8w plus 12. I'm going to let you guys try this one out, pause the video, and we will compare our answers. All right, so for question number 4, we have a new input of 2a minus 1, original input of x. I replaced every original input with the new input of 2a minus 1. Again, did my algebraic work. Here I did not show all my work, but if you did, you should get the same exact answer of a final output of 8a squared minus 10a plus 6. All right, and the last one here, number 5, we have evaluate p of 2x minus 4y if p of a is equal to 2a squared minus 5a minus 7. So as we have been doing, we have a new input of 2a minus 4y. We have an original input of a. What we want to do is take that new input, put it into the p function. So everywhere we had the original input of a, we are replacing that. Doing our algebra work. Again, here I will show all my work just in case. Focusing on the distribution, let me just highlight that. So expansion gives me this. I am going to distribute the 2, and then I will finish up by combining like terms. So our final output, 8x squared minus 32xy plus 32y squared minus 10x plus 20y minus 7. So for problems like this, I just keep it in the order. I do not start rearranging anything. So I just keep it in the specific order. So keep learning, keep growing, and I will see you in our next video.